Hey riders, yeah, I made it. Look at this. 15 seconds to go. We're in the pipe. 5x5 from one of my favorite movies of all time. Let me know what that movie is in the comments, and you'll get a gold star. We're off to the races here, folks. Huge turnout for this one. This is Stage 3, Letap, Czech Republic 2023. Look at this rocket start by SR71. What's this character up to? 910 watts per kilo. Getting out a huge start. Yes, look at this. SR71 pushing to the front. Going on a solo break right off the rip. Yeah, folks. So this is Tuesday morning. What time are we? We're at 10:30 Mountain Standard Time in Canada. I live... who's coming here? Stadler. Tony Stadler coming to the front. A level 76 rider, a Carol Suzik here as well, and here's probably the man of the moment who I want to have a good look at, Canadian Bird. Very powerful, super strong rider. Done just a little bit of reading about Canadian Bird, which is Bruce Bird. He's just one of those guys that kind of like came to cycling late in life. And I don't know his full background, just read a couple little articles. And he's just a natural athlete, like just naturally good at it. Looks like he's riding the Trek Madone today, which is interesting too. Got a fast bike. So when I looked this morning earlier, I saw 130 something riders in this. I'm sure that number went up from there. Not sure exactly how many that started. Let's get our map loaded up. You know, we like to do this here over at Inside Cycling World. This is your source for everything Rouvy racing, Rouvy ramble videos, Rouvy tutorial videos. I love making videos on Rouvy. I love following the cycling action and just getting to know everyone that's on here. Huge spread of people here. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to try to get to the very back of this course and see how many people started. So just give me a second here. I'm just going to bounce back. So I just want to get a rider count. How many people actually jumped in? We're well over 100 already. Take a look at this. Who says racing isn't active on Rouvy? I mean, come on. Look at this. This is insane. So this race, so here's the 165th rider. We got a couple people dead in the chute. But here we are, 163rd place, 3 watts per kilo. Beppe, 22, working their way up through the field at the moment. Probably a late starter, I'm going to say, putting out this kind of power and being kind of further back. So they had a late start here. We're just going to bounce our way through the field. I'm going to try to bounce up 5 people at a time, just having a little look around here. So what we got here today, we're looking at about a 29-kilometer course, 360 meters of climbing roughly, so it's about 18 miles, let's say, 1,000 feet of climbing. So nothing too serious, just a few little kickers. This is going to be one for probably the big power hitters. But there are a few little jumps here, a few little blips, where some of the lighter weights can get away. But they're going to have a real tough job today with some of the names that are at the front. We're going to slowly work our way up here. So I do know there are some Team GRC members in here. As you know, Inside Cycling World is the home of Team GRC. Roger's Trainer's here. Alex Full is here. Paceline G is here as well. I think Paceline G is a GRC member. They're at least a Discord member. I always mention the Discord. And it's great to be in these videos. Here's Andy Lloyd. Andy Lloyd is a Gem City ICC member. Great to see him here. The rider that was at the front, right at the beginning, SR71, that's John Chady. SR71 is a Gem City ICC member, but also does a ton of stuff with the GRC crew. So GRC, we only really have one event right now. It is the weekly Sunday short race. You'll find us under the official events. Slowly work our way up here. There's a lot of names I don't know here, so I will start calling them out pretty soon. I'm looking for people that I do know. So a lot of my race coverage so far has been Muckers, Gurr, Team GRC, things like that. So I'm expecting to see a lot of different riders. Hey, and we found him. Here's Roger's Trainer right here. So Roger is the R in the GRC name. And just ahead of him, here's another rider that does a lot of riding with, I guess John technically isn't. I think he puts Gem City ICC / GRC, I believe. I could be wrong with that. But yeah, in the Discord every day. Probably spends too much time in there like me, like I do. Cervello Kevin's seen this name around a lot too. I forget the background on this person at the moment. Hey, here's Dr. Ferrari. Dr. M. Ferrari. And as I was saying, hey, this is funny. Here's Paceline G. Very strong rider. Took part, I believe, in the Gem City Team Time Trial. That was very successful. And Alex is here as well. Look at Alex representing Alex Full GRC. 4.5 watts per kilo here for Alex. Kraken 71. This is Pavel. Yeah, he's on the false flat as we speak. Just a nice little 1 to 2%. We have a running joke about that. Here's a rider I know well. Regina L., women's rider. She's always in the Muckers events. So representing Muckers here. Slowly work our way up, folks. Yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get right to the front. Where is the big... I just saw Yaya Reki. We're still on them. Yaya Reki in the blue jersey, wearing the Muckers blue jersey here, I believe. Because I think they have their orange socks too. See this rider a lot, Silv 330, and I always get the name mixed up. Here's Bruce again. So Bruce sitting in 7th place at the moment. We've got Tony Stadler, Carol Susik, Dom Nick, Stefan Martin. Yeah, a lot of new names here for me. Apologize, I don't know everyone here. We've got Don Mateo 07. Okay, let's go back to a little map mode and see how the field's splitting out. Like, so you can see the big numbers riders at the front here. The 4.5 to 6 watt per kilo crew. Okay, there's Paz Jordy right here. Seen this rider a lot as well. Big watts per kilo, extra low body weight, ultra lightweight. We got a few of them out here today, floating around. But yeah, I'm going to be a little biased here. Canadian Bird, all the way. Prochar 1. Let's have a little look. See what else. So yeah, there's Yaya Reki, and I love this name. Love saying it at races, especially when they're in the middle of a sprint. Here's the one I know. This rider, I think is in a lot of Muckers, maybe the GUR races too. Gianluca Peruta. Seen this rider around a lot. We're just going to slowly pan back. Warfarin Orion. Now, I've seen this name once before. I'm going to say it's at the Amstel Gold race coverage I did probably about a month back. I think it was. I'm going to have to go back and look at that video now and check it out. If I'm correct, just let me know in the comments. Moving back, folks. We're just going to move back. Domen Dardo. Massimo Vihi. Urzik. Homo Rutalans. Is that a real name? Is that a real designation? Pinces U. Okay, let's get back to the front. See where the key moves are going to be here. There might be some moves on these false flats where they get a little bit steeper. So Stefan Martin, I'm watching the numbers too, because you might have some pretenders here that something I would try to do. I'd already be gone by now though. Get in with the big boys, the big hitters up front. Hang on for dear life and slowly do the drift back. But a lot of these names are looking consistent here. Stefan Martin, Tony Stadler, Robert 1976, Carol Susik, who I know very, very well. Carol's every Muckers race is a top 5 finisher. Unless something drastic happens. Paz Jordy's up here as well. Prochar. Okay, there's a lot of riders here. Just trying to get all the names in here in my brain. Here's that Silv rider. I know Silv is an ultra lightweight rider, like barely 60 kilograms, I believe. Pretty easy to figure that out. You can do a little bit of mental arithmetic as you're watching them. So, yeah, 50-something kilograms. Must be just a tiny little pesky lightweight climber. Let's just say that. Pesky's my nice way of saying it, because they always destroy me on the hills. I never seem to be able to do enough damage to them on the flats. Okay, Daniel FD. I'm not really. I like to make up names for these people too. So it's kind of something I do with every rider I see. Let's move back a bit, cover a bit more of the field here. Roman V, Roman 5, maybe. Frank Ma, KR Bar, Kocha. Here's back to Warford and Orion again, who I'm positive I saw from the Amstel Gold Race. I'm going to bounce back a little bit more. Roman Eberle, good 70 kilogram rider here. Let's get on Kraken for a little bit. Yep, Kraken's just grinding along here. Just a little 1-2% climb. Riding alongside Bike 035. We got Argon Rider coming up from behind. Dr. Ferrari's not far either, so look out, folks. Cervelo Kevin is right there as well. We're seeing some GRC action here. Here's Paceline G. Alex is right here as well. Let's just zoom out a bit. Oh, I wish I had some more map control here, folks. I could zoom in on this. Like, I wish right now I could like roll in on my mouse and just kind of like zoom in on these riders. Zoom right back out. Oh, I'd love to see this in Omni mode too. I could spin the camera around a little bit. So yeah, nice groups of people here. Like some of these groups, like, you know, you're seeing 4 or 5, but other ones, like take a look at this group here. This bubble here has 22 riders in it. Actually, it's this one right here. Garanto 79, Tom, I don't know 100, BG 24, Vax 88, Calculations SK, or Calculations K. How about that? I think I got that figured out. Penzi. Just a schwacko of riders here. SR71's broken down on the side of the road. From the looks of it, I see a snap chain laying on the road there. He's going to have to wait for the team car to come up. He's looking everywhere, looking for his teammates to throw him a bike. I think he's been left out alone. Lloydie's coming up from behind. What's Lloydie going to do here? Is Lloydie going to help him out? Lloydie just blows right on by. You know, there's a good 8-9 inch height difference between these two, so that's probably why that went down like that. Yeah, just having some fun here, folks. This is where the color comes from. JPEG. Pushing along nicely here. Level 51 rider, just pursuing Wild Child. Arek Samal. Interesting. This name here, you know, it's probably just coincidence. I think I covered a rider just a couple days ago at the, it's going to have to be, oh, it might have been the GRC race. I think there was a Samal at that race, but it was just Samol. So maybe that's a common last name, wherever they're from. Not really sure about that. Okay, we're getting back to the front. Hey, on the front, Canadian Bird, pushing along heavy, almost 7 watts per kilo here, attacking up this false flat. See, I was kind of thinking that might happen. Some of these riders might try to do some damage to some of the weaker riders, although they're not weak in this group. Trying to put a little bit of hurt into their legs by pushing on these steeper false flats. So we're like at 3.5–4% here. And it looks like there's been some damage done. So like there's only 5 riders together now in that front group. And actually, no, there's only 4. We got Bruce Bird, Carol Susick, Paz Jordy 60, and Tony Stadler. So they kind of pushed Silva off the back, Dom Nick, Stefan Martin, Robert 76. I'm pretty sure Danielle was there as well, and Prochar. They've all been kind of blown out the back there, that push by Bruce Bird. Very impressive to see. Bruce now just digging in hard. Standing on those pedals, building momentum on the downhills, trying to get out of sight, out of mind. You know, I always talk about that. These people want to get away, and look, now we're down to 2. Just with that little push down that hill there, they've opened up a 50-meter gap on Tony Stadler and Paz Jordy. So now there once was 4, and now there's 2. 2 sets of 2 here. Let's just keep an eye on them for a second. I got to grab something here quickly. All right, folks. We're all good at home here. So hopefully, if you watch the whole video, you can see how that part with no commentary was kind of a little bit, yeah, that's what happens when it's minus 25 degrees Celsius outside and someone puts the dogs outside and they forget about them. And then the dogs are panicking to get back in the house. They're all in, everyone's safe, everyone's warm, they're all good. They go outside, we got a big schwack of snow last week. They go outside, they run around, they love it. But then when they want to come in, they want to come in. So Carol Susick, Bruce Bird, 1-2. We're going to bounce back. Tony Stadler is riding with Paz-Jordy. These two are going to have to do something to try to bridge back up there. Their next effort may be coming up. So if I was in their situation and I had their types of legs and their types of lungs and VO2 max stuff, I'd be thinking that I need to bomb this hill to try to pull back to Bruce Bird before the next climb starts. Having said that, though, too, I think the hills are good for Paz-Jordy here. So we're going to watch this one closely here. So out of the original big bunch, we're going to have to jump back another 300 meters now. We've got Stefan Martin here. Dome? I'm just going to say Dome, or maybe I'll just say Nick. We got Nick back here as well with Stefan Martin and Sylv. So we got a group of three there. Prochar and Daniel are just 60 to 70 meters behind them. They've also got, looks like Robert 1976 here. So we did have 11 riders together. And actually, sorry, 10 it looks like. And that push by Bruce just shattered the front 10 big hitters apart. The damage was done right there. So Bruce has set this up to be a 1-2 battle at this point. He's got a very worthy opponent, though, in Carroll here. We're going to see how this goes down. It's not really a climber's course. It's kind of more of a punchy rouleur course. So let's just back up a little bit here. Okay, we're going to move our way back. Here's that Wharf and Ryan doing quite well with Yaya Reki. So got some great bunches here, all bombing that hill. I want to get a little bit of a map mode here. So you can see our groups now up here at the front. The gray and the red, that's Bruce and Carol. Then we've got the two riders behind, the green bubble here. We've got another group of three, and now we're jumping all the way back to 20th place. Yaya Reki, Warfer and Orion. Who's this rider? We've got David Kaphawk, Yazoo 90, Massimo. Bouncing back again, Homo Rutilans, riding with Lori 79. Okay, let's have a little peek. Lori 79. Okay. I thought this might have been our first ladies rider. It's just a name. Could be just the spelling, how they spell Lori. I've met several Loris in my lifetime. Hey, did you know first Canadian to climb Mount Everest? First name was Lori. And I just forget now their last name. Really cool because when I was super young, junior high school, what's his name? Anyways, yeah, he visited our junior high school and gave a little lecture. You know, so that was in the 80s at some point, from what I remember. I keep wanting to say Skreslet for some reason. Laurie Skreslet, does that sound right? I'm actually holding my hands up, talking to myself. This is quite strange. Okay, so we're gonna bounce back a bit more. Oh yeah, no, we got to go to the front. Have to go to the front now because stuff's going down. Bruce Bird has put the hit on Carol Susick here. He's kind of smashed him a little bit. 6.5, 7 watts per kilo has opened up 70 meters between Bruce and Carol. Wow. And take a look at this, though. Tony and Paz-Jordy are coming back. Okay, we're going back to map mode here. These three need to get together if there's any way. Gray is Bruce. The orange is Carol. Then we got Tony and Paz-Jordy right here under this green bubble. These three need to get together to pull Bruce back. I didn't know a lot about Bruce before I became a user of Rouvy. But which one was it? Bad Homburg? I think Rouvy put an official event on with World Tour Pro riders in it, and Bruce Bird beat them. Bruce Bird beat them. You know, obviously there's a difference between being a World Tour Pro rider. There's a lot more skill sets with it than there is riding inside. Inside is all about, your aerobic power, your, spinning, VO2 max stuff. Out in the real world, you gotta, ride with other people. I wouldn't last a second out there. But yeah, Bruce is just a total champ on a bike. So he's pulled away 250 meters now on Kirill. So he's attacking on the hills and then actually attacking on the downhills too, to stay away, just to keep growing that gap. Probably doing a little bit of recovery here, but I mean, Bruce's recovery is my top end. It's more than my top end. It's pretty incredible to watch this. Let's just do a random jump back. I can see a few riders hanging out here. We got Marcin 1980. Yeah, just past where SR71 broke down. Tomboy 1000. Yanis 007. Here we go. Chilaspaze, maybe? And back. But how impressive is this? 173 riders. Actually, that's 173 there. I can see Boss P is listed at 176. But there are some breakdowns here. Like, some riders have disconnected. They walked away type thing. They quit the race. They crashed. They're in the sag wagon as we speak. Very unfortunate. The Gruppetto has been blown out the back end in this one. Okay, here's Andy Lloyd. Working his way up some of the, kind of the tougher false flatty stuff, 4.5%, 5%, starting to become a hill. Let's just call it a false flat. It's just a harder false flat. That's how I justify these things to myself. Ginger, 01. Ash Jamie, moving along quite nicely here. Elena P. Okay, so here's a ladies' rider right here. I can see the ponytail. Now, I did see Regina L in this, and I've watched her quite a bit at the Muckers races. We got Romura here, so Elena P is just behind. We got Sento up ahead. Clarkey, 1903. Paula Pin. Urseli, perhaps that's how you say that. Herbert. Back to I don't know 100. How's Bruce doing up front? So, okay, so put some damage into Carroll and the rest. Looks like Carroll's got it stabilized right now at around 250 meters, holding off the other two as well. So I'm kind of surprised Carroll doesn't want them to come up, help and work, but maybe he's thinking he's strong enough to ride by himself and at least secure that second place on the podium. This probably is a map mode time, so you can see. Yeah, so Bruce is just off the map here. Carroll's the orange bubble just under the leaderboard here where my mouse is. Jumping back to the two riders behind Tony Stadler and Paz Jordi. And then we're back here to Stefan Martin. And Stefan is still with Sylv. And then we bounce back again to Dom/Nick. Bouncing back more to Robert. Okay, let's just get to the front and see what Bruce is up to here. Bruce is, a very powerful rider. I'm guessing Bruce is around 80 kilograms, maybe just over 80 kilos. So not a lightweight climber, just able to generate huge amounts of power. Yeah, just a great rider. Yeah, and Bruce has won a bunch of stuff. I've seen him participate at lots of events in Canada at the highest level. So great to see him out here representing. Yeah, this must be spot on around 80 kilos is my guess. 1 or 2 kilos under. Let's just bounce back, folks. So Bruce is now tackling. Let's just see how he's doing this. Yeah, he's tackling the next little climb. There's actually a little flat here, a little downhill, and we're going to kick up again. But yeah, look at him just applying the pressure. Carroll's doing a great job, though, like keeping the damage to a minimum. Look here. Tony and Paz Jordi are coming now on Carroll. Here's the gap. Now, Carroll might get away on some of the yellower stuff here. Yep, it's happening right now. He's gonna grow it a little bit, but I think they're slowly going to pull him back. That's my guess. I think they got the ability to do it. Let's take a little look back here. We're going to jump to this group of 10 right here. Clarkey, 1903. level 36 rider, pushing 3 watts per kilo at the moment, doing a great job. Pursued by Ole, LFR, Paula Pin. Everyone's here. Mig 62, you know, McGill Indurain back in the day. Like, what a cyclist. Like, time trial master, right? Looks like Amigo Pablo S is broken down. We're going to slowly work. Look at Elena P working up the hill here. Great job. 4 watts a kilo, smashing her way up. Yep, this is a ladies' rider. You always get, I mean, I'm looking for the ponytail every time. And that's not to say it is. Sometimes people name themselves differently or use a different character on here. Cento 01. Fernando 1970. Got so many riders here. Look at this. Just like 10-15 meters between each rider. There's groups of 1s and 2s battling each other, helping each other, moving forward through this course. This is what it's all about. H.R. Beck 1970. Just some little coincidences I see here. So I just started listening to a book this morning, outside doing the chores, minus 25, probably closer to minus 27 out there, just brutal. Just started listening to the book about Beck Weathers. So just funny that I see the name Beck. Like, I'm never going to see that name again today. Beck Weathers, he's the guy that survived that horrendous thing. What was it, 1996 on Mount Everest, where all those people died? Beck Weathers was left to die. It's in that Everest movie. John Krakauer talks about it, Into Thin Air. Fantastic book. I read that quite a few years ago. It's probably worth a reread again. But Beck Weathers was left to die. I think he was like blind, and he had severe frost bite. Like, he lost limbs, parts of his face, his nose. He clawed his way back to camp and lived. Like, just an incredible story. So yeah, it's just kind of funny that I started listening to that this morning, and here we are looking at this character here, H.R. Beck, 1970. Nice to meet you. Jumping up, Pavel M, 92. Leo, Peter Pomp, Beppe. I like the name Beppe. How about this? I like this name too, Belovish. Garanto 79. Okay, we're going to take a little peek back up here. Gray Bubble, Bruce Bird, Canadian Bird, representing, being chased by Carroll. A little bit more damage done here. Carroll's back to about 300 meters now, but take a look at this. Carroll has held off Tony and Paz Jordy, who are working together to try to bring him back, but they can't. They do not have the combined firepower to bring back Carroll. So these little rollers are playing into this as well, of course, because there's a lot of accordion effect going on here. Just going to be honest with you, as I'm saying accordion effect, I'm using my hands like an accordion for some reason, yet no one can see me. Yeah, so up the hills, you're going to lose that accordion. It's going to compress back down the hills. It's going to open up on the riders behind as they're stuck on the uphill chasing you. So again, it goes back to get that little bump in between you and them. You're always going to be going down as they're going up. All things else consider, being equal. Okay, so Stefan Martin is here with Sylv. So we've got 2 solo riders at the front and then 2 groups of 2. Bouncing back, it looks like we got 2 together here, or almost. We got Nick and Don Martin, very close together. Followed closely by Robert 1976 and Edrete Pass. I'm just going to say it like that. Juanluca Peruto. Again, maybe it was Gurr I seen them in. No, I know where I seen him. Maybe Peruta was at. I think there was a team time trial, I believe, as well, at a Mamaki race. And I need to cover some more Mamaki races. It's time, it's effort. Who do I focus on? But this is a total winner race to watch. We got Dimitri Grib here with Darus, Argon Rider, Prochar. So Prochar's slipped out, probably pushing a little bit too hard with those big hitters at the front. Prochar was in that top 10 at the beginning, actually, and so was Daniel FD, I should say. For those of you who don't know me, I kind of make up names on the fly sometimes. We got P's here. I want to say Pez, the the candy from when you were a kid. Very collectible now. Yaya Reki, great job. Looking strong, top 20. Thomas 68 here. Cervello Kevin, excellent work here. Ramon Eberle, maybe? KR Bar, Le Sauvage, yes, I like that. Warfin Orion again, and we got Massimo, Lori 79. Okay, let's see what kind of damage Bruce is doing at the front. And then we're going to take a little peek at the back again. See who's racing for the Red Lantern at the back. Yeah, so look at the hills coming into play here. We've got a 600-meter gap now between Bruce Bird and Carroll. Bruce still pushing 5 watts, 4 to 5 watts a kilo on the false flat stuff. All the time. Carroll doing, very much the same thing. Maybe a touch lower. What I can see, though, is Bruce, is just generating more absolute power. Don't worry about watts per kilo. It's the absolute power numbers. So it's going to be generating more speed out of that. So you can see here, like Carroll's numbers, 250, 240, 300 watts. Bruce, 400 watts. So as long as it doesn't get too steep, it puts the bigger absolute wattage numbers at an advantage. This is where I should have an advantage, but it doesn't seem to work that way for me. 1, because I'm too heavy, and 2, because I'm not generating that kind of power. Yeah, so, to be honest, my power numbers are probably more like what Carroll's riding. Maybe not now. I'd probably be under 280, something like that. But Carroll is a much higher, far superior cyclist to me, riding, these kinds of numbers like 5 to 6 watts per kilo. That's just not even in my league. Just very impressive to watch these two. Okay, I said I'd do it. I'm going to say the back is here right now. Okay, 167th place. We've got Tomboy 1000, and we still got more riders. Carlo 73. Chukos. Yanis 007. Boss P at 173rd place. Do we have anyone else left out there? No, we don't. Everyone else is broken down. There must have been like those pesky spectators. I think someone threw some tacks on the road, caused a lot of flats today. Riders, just very unfortunate when the fans do this. Probably all rooting for their own favorite riders. I've seen that happen at real races. Andy Lloyd. Okay, let's start popping our way up the field here. Freed 1959. Doing an excellent job here. Ginger 01. Bro James. Yeah, hey bro. What's up? Okay, so we got Bro out there. Paula Pin. Excellent. I'm looking for Regina right now is who I'm looking for. She always does well at the Muckers races. Perucho. Wild Child. Vincenzo, yes. Emito, 1976. Arturo from the GUR team. Broken down as well. That's unfortunate. I've seen a lot of the GUR riders here. Let's get off that. We don't need to see that poor rider being passed over and over, waiting for a wheel. Got Leo again. Frana, 1970. Yeah, with this many riders, there's going to be names I'm going to miss today. Jack Jacko. I got to say that name, right? And Beppe. I love saying that name. 19 Steve 55. I've seen this rider before. I know I have. I think 19 Steve 55 might have been at a GRC race. And I think it was just last weekend. Because I remember they were having a battle with someone. I think it was like David 1951. And I remembered that I'm just assuming that Steve here was born in 1955. I have no idea if he is or not, so I apologize. But the other guy had 1951, so I thought they're only 4 years apart. It would make a great story, though, right? Disvetten? Okay, I like that. Oh, we got Jesper Peterson here. Excellent. Just took a little sideline from the World Tour. Come on over. Actually, this is the one I was looking at. It's Mads Peterson here. Isn't that the real name of the real rider, Mads Peterson? It's Mads Peterson, yes. But there's also, is it Jesper Stuyvens? Is that the other one? When I see Pedersen, it's got to be Danish riders. Am I correct about that? So many good Danish riders here. I've seen this rider before. Women's rider. Okay. 86th place, women's rider. Excellent. Harry Hirsch. There's the World Tour Pro rider with the last name Hirsch, isn't there? I think they ride for Lidl Trek, I believe. Marek Simko. Okay, let's check out Bruce here. Look at the gap he's opened up now. Wow. He's just riding like 5 to 6 watts per kilo all the way. Time trial mode. Absolute time trial mode here. Carroll 76 is over 750 meters back. We've still got the Tony and Paz Jordi group working well together here. Sylve and Stefan Martin still together. Okay, let's go. We're going to go mid-pack here. Okay, yeah, I've seen the names I want to see here. Domaine Dardo. Here's our one. York Kaiser. Something like that. Aldago. But I did see Alex here. This is who I'm looking for. Alex in 41st place. 3 watts per kilo, looking very strong here. Riding with Frank Ma. Bladinator is right there with Alex as well. We're going to bounce back. Here's that Roman V character we saw earlier. Nokan. Con's at the Muckers races all the time. Good to see out here battling it out on an official Rouvy race. Alesator or something like that. Riding right with Paceline G here. We've got Jakob JLC. Coca. I love these kinds of names. Coca. Yeah. Get a highlight every time. Johnny Mac. So yeah, with lots of folks riding here. So it looks at this point like Bruce has just gone on a massive solo break. And just pulling away the whole time. Globschnik. That's just how it's going to be said. We've got tax here. You know, taxes. I don't even like that word. Siko 556. I love seeing all these names. I try to guess where you're from. Here's Regina L. Excellent. 61st place. Really good job, Regina. Looking at all these riders, is Regina the highest ranked women's rider? And that's like names I know. You could be using a totally different name and I would have no clue. But Regina does a lot of riding with the Muckers. Okay, we're getting back to the front. Bruce is coming to the finish already. He's only 2 kilometers out. Letting off a little bit. I just saw some 4 watts per kilo stuff there, but yeah, Bruce is just a savage on the bike. Yeah, very impressive ride. Okay, I see a bit of action going on back here. Check this out. Looks like Tony's put a bit of damage here on Paz Jordi. It's been opened up. And maybe Tony's pulled back a little on Carroll. Maybe. But definitely Paz Jordi's suffering here now. Paz Jordi's suffering at this point. Just not being able to hang with Tony on that false flatty stuff. Okay, so they're bombing downhill now. Maybe that's what it is. That's what's going on. There was a little bit of a gap there. I think maybe a 50-meter gap, and it looked worse than what it was actually going on because I think Tony was already over the top and Paz Jordi was still battling his way up the hill. And that's why that gap grew so quick. I would expect it to come back down a bit now. Having said that, I'm watching Tony now smash 6 watts per kilo here. And Carroll was there for a second, and Bruce still is. Incredible stuff here. Let's have a little look back to 157th place. We've got Tom Cree here with Nico 80. Everyone's doing great rides here. We've got a person just with the username. I think I've seen this rider too. Yeah, I've seen this rider. Just even the number on the back end looks familiar to me. Very recently, I might have to watch some of my own videos today, which is something I never actually do. You always hear that people. I don't watch my own videos. I just kind of make them and then they get put up. And it's all very seat of your pants, winging it. Maybe it's air quote a wing and a prayer. These are one-take videos. Sometimes I edit videos a little bit if I want to put some stuff in beforehand, some stuff afterwards. Or if I'm in the race, I do an edit afterwards. But for me, the way I've got everything set up here, the best way I can do it is what I'm doing right now. And that is to follow the race directly. Let's watch Bro for a little bit here. So I can just bounce around, cover everyone. And to be honest, it just makes the upload easier later. Because when I put stuff into the editing software, it seems to magically grow in size. I don't know why. Maybe some IT master here can tell me why it's doing that. So here's Bruce coming to the finish. Less than 100 meters to go, pushing over 6 watts per kilo. Wow, impressive. Wow. Yeah, I'm glad I was cheering on my fellow Canadian there. I don't know Bruce. I know a lot of Bruce. Super strong rider, and I've only seen him race a couple times, and that was pretty impressive to watch that go down. So Carroll's going to finish second place by themselves. Actually, Tony's only 150 meters back, but we're running out of room. Yeah, we're running out of room. We're like 600-700 meters to go. Then Tony's going to finish in third solo. Made that break earlier and did enough damage to Paz Jordi that they fell back roughly 250 meters. They're going to finish alone. There will be a sprint here, though, between Stefan Martin and Sylve. Sylve being more of a climber, I don't know what they're going to have left in their legs here on this flat. Let's see, Stefan Martin. Stefan Martin's bigger, but not a huge rider by any means. Stefan's probably like 70 kilos plus, whereas Sylve is that pesky lightweight climber, ultra lightweight climber. I have, I have a grading system for all riders. How pesky they are. Ultralight means super pesky. Let's put it that way. We got Nick. Nick's moving along quite nicely here at 6 watts a kilo as well. Don Matteo. Nice work. Gianluca Peruta. Don't ask me why I have to put a little slang on that. Argon Rider. So what a fantastic turnout. When we saw before... Actually, I'm not going to miss this. How far out are we? We're still a kilometer out, okay? So we've already had the top 3 finish. Paz Jordi, excellent ride, coming in for 4th place. Then we'll be watching Stefan. So I just want to have a little peek back again and see who we still got out there. Chukos. How many people are still here? 168 people still here. Oh. 172nd place is Boss P. There are some breakdowns ahead. Ooh, I do not want to miss this. Sorry about that. Very close. We're going to stick here for now because people are going to think, why didn't you follow the sprint? Yeah, so, it says 172 people on course. That's the last person I saw moving, but there's some people ahead that are broken down. But, we're going to have like in excess of 160 finishers here. Great turnout on a Tuesday in Rouvy World. It's fantastic. Okay, so yeah, look at this here. Stefan has pulled away from Sylve. It's the numbers here. And actually, it looks like Sylve is kind of like let off here now. Just riding 2 watts per kilo. I don't know if they've actually just completely blown up here. Because they're not keeping up with Stefan now. And having said that, it looks like Stefan's let off a little bit too here now. Riding downhill, coming to the finish line. Stefan made that move at the right moment there. Just able to put out more power than Sylve was at the end there. So Sylve is just kind of coasting to the finish now. They've got a huge gap now. There's no point smashing themselves to oblivion when the next rider's 300 meters back. They can start their cool down early. They've got their 6th position. Great job, Sylve. We got Nick coming up, being pursued seriously by Don Matteo. Nick pushing out 3 per kilo, and Don's in that 5 range. Oh, Don's moving 8 watts per kilo out of Don. He's coming for the pass right now. Don is carrying the momentum, and I think might get around Nick. Nick's reacting at 7 watts per kilo and holds him off. Gianluca coming in right behind him. I think Don Matteo caught Nick sleeping there for a second, and Nick reacted like a beast to hold him off. Argon Rider finishing, pursued by Andre. Andre Tapas, that's your name. Okay, I got it. Got it figured out. Robert 1976 coming in. Cervello Kevin moving along quite nicely here as well. I think Cervello Kevin is ridden with GRC, I believe. I should remember this, folks, but it's so many names in my brain. I start to question myself. Do I know this person even? Yeah, so Cervello Kevin's doing quite nicely here. He's going to lock up that position 14th and 15th are riding side by side at the moment. Thomas 68, Dimitri Grib. So what kind of battle we're going to have here? Riding around 300 watts right now. Thomas right up there too. 3.5 to 4 watts per kilo. Around 300 watts. Oh, Dimitri's gone for it. Dimitri's put in a kick. 7 watts per kilo. Thomas is countering with 10 watts per kilo. They're both going for it. Thomas just can't get over the top there. Wow. Wow, folks. That was fun. Darius coming in solo, being pursued by Roman. We've got Pease and Kurt side by side here. Yaya Reki. I've seen Yaya Reki do a huge sprint before. Let's watch this one. Are these both muckers? They're both decked in the same exact kit. Okay, Kurt's going forward early. Kurt's going early. Yaya Reki's going to have to do something right now. We're less than 150 meters to the finish. Yaya Reki winding it up. 8 watts per kilo. Moving up nicely. Should get past Pease. Well, folks, that will be a photo finish there. I think Yaya Reki got it. Got past Kurt. Maybe got past Pease there. Let's check the standings on that afterwards. I'll request a photo finish right now, and we'll have a look at it soon. Homer Rudeland's coming in, accelerating away from Dr. Ferrari. Enzo's not working today, but Dr. Ferrari finishes nicely there in the 23rd position. Warfarin's coming in with Massimo. KR Bar. Wow, just lots of people finish here. We've got Christoph here, KGB, Jack Trek just ahead, Pinsu. So this is a good way I can actually see all the names out. So we got Lori 79 coming in. Remember I was talking about the Canadian Everest climber, first ever, that showed up at my junior high school back in, whatever it was, 1984 or something. Sork, I want to say Bjork at this moment. Yazoo 90. David Kopak coming in. So we're going to get to see all the names at least here. We got Kla and 22473. I'm not sure what that means. Hopefully it's something really interesting and you can let me know in the comments. We got Les Sauvage being chased by Alex. With 250 meters to go, I think this is too big of a gap for Alex to close on him. They're riding around the same power. Alex is going to finish nicely in 37th place. I think that's probably our top GRC finisher there, I believe. Nokan coming in behind Alex. Great job, Alex, here. Back to Nokan, being pursued by Domandardo. Followed up with Kunishek. Okay, here's Kunishek coming in. 4 watts a kilo, looking nice. Pushing hard. Level 76 rider, too. Impressive. Putting a lot of time in on the bike. Okay, not going to catch them. We got Bladinator coming up. Just 20 meters behind. All finishing solo here. Costa 72. Being chased by Ailsitter. Frank Ma. So what I'm doing here is I'm just bouncing back one because I don't think anyone's going to catch anyone here. I'm looking for groups that are very close together. We got Daniel here. Here we go. Check this out. Have a little look-see at this, folks. We got Al Wink here, Jakob JLC, Johnny Mac. Let's see how rammy they're going to get here. Pushing hard, 7 watts a kilo, probably hard. Look at Jakob. Johnny Mac rolls up through the field. Paceline G coming in right behind them there. So that was actually Johnny Mac that kind of, I think, split those two at the very finish there. That might be interesting to look at the standings there as well. Lucas Cat, Roman V, Apple Max, Coca. It's probably Kocha, but I'm just going to say Coca for now. It just amuses me when I say it. This looks like it's probably going to be like Dirk Jaeger, I would imagine. Yeah, you're not tricking me, Dirk. I got you all figured out here. Yeah, so Dirk Jaeger coming in 54th place, being pursued by Billy. Billy Y. I'm just going to say Billy. Ooh, and we got Seiko 56 chasing Billy. Over 4 watts. Everyone's here racy at the end. Take a look. This is 56th place, and Kiko is going for it. We got Mate V's. We got Tax here coming in. Oh my! I just missed Regina as well. No, here she is. Regina just finished. I couldn't get to her, folks. I think Regina might have been the top women's finisher there. Gonna check that out in the stats right afterwards. Bike 35, being chased hard by M. Linsick 93. So that's an abbreviation for your name. Anyone going to jump here? Bike's pushing hard, almost 6 watts a kilo. Should hold them off. Then we're going back to Globschnick. What I like to say, Globschnick. It's probably, I know I'm not even pronouncing anywhere near what it should be. Urzik 1 is chasing, oh, sorry folks. We got Bojan G. Okay, I haven't seen this name yet. And Yuri Bartos. Urzik. Mark 73, 220. And here's the man of the hour himself, Kraken 71. Coming to the finish. Being pursued by Magic Dave 11. Watch out, Kraken. Doing nice here. Great workout. Representing. Nice finish too. Nice and strong. Strong. Oxdrum. Liam Scott. Ooh, Liam Scott just comes onto the screen. Yes, what's left here? Ooh, Liam Scott's pushing hard. 7 watts a kilo there for a second. Oxdrum just is starting to take off now. Oh, sorry, folks. Sorry. We got Liam Scott here, and it was Mitko 99. I was looking at the names wrong. So Liam Scott just took off on Mitko. Great job. Nice battles. Fabio Papel. Here's Roger coming in. Let's ride Roger. With Rogi Pogi 72. I love this name. Roger and Rogi. Roger sprinting for the finish there. Great job. Baboon. Or Babuan. Roman Matt. Fritzer. Yeah, again, we're going to keep bouncing back till we see battles. We got Anzi Aniz. It's something like that with Pimenov right close by. Hey, and we got Beppe coming in. Just because your name is Beppe, I'm going to focus on Beppe. So yeah, we got Beppe here. But we are going to jump back here, folks, because everyone gets a little spotlight in one of my videos over Inside Cycling World. Hey, if you like it, just let me know. Subscribe. That's how people know you like the videos. If you want more, just help me out here. Give me a like, a subscribe, a comment. The more people that watch it, the more exposure it gets, the bigger it grows, the more videos I'm going to do. Pimenov and, okay, it looks like Aniz has walked away from Pimenov. Harry Hirsch has got around Beppe. What's Beppe got left here? Beppe is pushing strong here at 7 watts a kilo. Okay, Harry Hirsch is just going to hold him off. We got Marathon Biker. Seen this rider before, GER member. Great job here. Lucas 90 coming in. Ooh, look at this. GYZ 69 just caught up with Marathon Biker and is it Marathon Biker? No, Marathon Biker's finished with Lucas 90 and Maratoni. Oh, this is like an all-out sprint here now. Lucas 90 kicking in 9 watts per kilo here. Nice job. Drops Maratoni and GTY 59. This name I really struggle with. We're going to call him 62 for now. Female cyclist. Excellent job. I think that's the next woman cyclisting. Let coming in. 88th place. Meryl Simcoe not far behind. Jesper Peterson. Where's Mads? Mads is right behind. Come on, Mads. I need like a 25 watt per kilo sprint out of someone here. Let's do it. Wrong Mads. Sorry, folks. Backing up. We got Babson here. Here's that 19 Steve 55. I'm going to check that video. And like I said, I don't like to watch my own videos. Once they're done, they're done. Garanto 79. We have another Yuri here. I think we saw a Jiri. Maybe it's Yiri. Is that how you say it? Yiri Lava. We had another Yuri earlier. Pitoff 56. Diswetten. BG 24. Bernie 63. Chasing after BG nicely. Yeah, so that's what you're going to notice in these races, folks, is that there's always races within the race. There's going to be people battling at 6 and 7 watts per kilo, 5 and 6 watts a kilo, 4 watts per kilo, 3, 2. There's people battling at 1 watt per kilo. I see people sprinting for like the most random position way back in a ride or a race. It kind of amazes me, and I'm glad that I get to show it to you, how it goes down, how competitive it is. I know a lot of people say things like, here, I'm going to jump back to the front, folks. I want to see people finishing. We got Pete off here. Yuri, let's watch this one here. a lot of people say, well, it's all about you. It's just, why are you concerned what other people say? Blah, 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 that kind of stuff. It's these other people that make you push harder. Like Yuri here is chasing hard, thinking they can catch Pitov, which they're pulling them back, but it's a little bit too far out, but great job. Diswetten. I find some people are a little bit negative about the racing, but it's the racing that really makes you stronger. Because it's so easy just to let off. Like, you're not going to... I guess it's hard to explain. When you're riding by yourself, it's so easy to say, yeah, I'm just riding. When you've got other people around you, and people that you know, and maybe people that you don't know, and maybe people from other teams, you want to get a little bit, as I call, rammy, which means let's turn it up half a watt a kilo. That makes you stronger. That makes you a better cyclist. Calculations K coming in, chasing P. Kosek. We got Dre 73 right with him. Elena P, lady cyclist here, great job. Leo coming around at the last second here. Peter Pomp for 106th place. Look at this name here. AZ from Paris. I like that. I'm not sure what that means. When I say AZ, I want to say Arizona, but that would just be really weird. Arizona from Paris. Stephen Holmes coming in just behind AZ from Paris. Jack Jacko. Nice finish here. Frana 1970 just behind Jack Jacko. M123 TZE. Lady cyclist maybe? Put your head up. I can't tell. Maybe a ponytail there. Flora 71, definitely a lady cyclist here. Just saw the ponytail. Chasing after M123. We've got Vax 88. TSGM. Onto Cento 01. Followed up with Gabog. Vincenzo, not that far behind either. And we got Emilio 1976, chasing Vincenzo here. Here's our Beck friend. I got to get back to listen to that book today. I love going outside, doing my chores. I have my phone in my winter gear. Again, it's cold, so when it's cold out, I go back to my olden days of my dog mushing, dog sled racing. I have the best gear you can buy. I never get cold outside. -50. The coldest it got this winter was -47. Windy one day too, and I was outside in it, doing everything. All the animal chores, checking the water well, all those things. Good gear makes a difference. Sidlow 62. Clarkey 1903. We got Pavel here. So great to see this big mix of riders here. M. Ludi. H. Smits. GA79. Ooh, JPEG's coming up hard. Now, was it JPEG was the rider? Okay, and again, I don't like watching my own videos, but I'm pretty sure there was a rider that started late. And I just remember the name JPEG for some reason. And I think I said out loud, I think this is a rider that started late. I mean, they're just cruising up through the field here at 3 to 4 watts per kilo. Okay, I will go back and take a look at that one. They just passed Penzi here. We got Fred Palma. So much good stuff. I mean, look at all these riders here still. Look at all these riders here still. There's going to be battles all the way to the finish. Here's that Erek Samal. Remember I was saying I saw a rider a couple days ago with the name Samal. Luigi. Chiller. Fernando 1970 chasing after Chiller. We're just jumping back a little bit here to, oh, you could make your name any harder for me to say. I'd love it. We're going to go with BB. We got Big BB here in 133rd place with Thierry Camping, 59. Wanted to say 1959 there. Delicatesse, chasing after Thierry. Perucho and Bro. I just want to say Bro, just like that. Urselli, Tom Creed. We're going to go down the field here quickly, folks. We will be wrapping this video up soon. Wild Child. Did I say Tom Cree? Yeah, Tom's doing well here. I don't know 100. I love that. I need a name, an origin story for your name in the comments later today, please. Okay, we got Herbert T1D here. Marco 79 WR. Followed up with Romura in the skeleton suit. Okay, we got a couple riders together here. We've got We've got M. Poland and we've got Zel Gome. Going up a little bit of the tougher stuff here, the last little tough hill climb. Freed 1959 is passing sorry. Okay, we got Diestro here and Freed 1959. Okay, so there was a pass and a repass there, I believe. Then we've got Tomboy 1000 doing well here. Anya Docs. Do I see a ponytail? Yes, I do. We got ponytails here. Lots of ladies riders out here today. We got Paula Penn. Here's another one. Ginger01. Marson, 1980. Look, nice speed here going through these corners. I love it. A little bit of a downhill here before that last kick up. Ask Jamie. So we're going to go back and find our last place rider, bringing in the Red Lantern, Chilaspaze, Nico 80 just ahead, Chukus. Okay, so we got a breakdown here. We got Flax broken down. Andy's still out here too. Great job, Andy. Just keep going. A little bit of climbing now, and you'll be done soon. Ole, Janice. I think before this was our last rider on the course. We got Boss P. Boss P. Now I don't think there's anyone left out here. I think everyone's walked away, quit, or disconnected. Had some issues at home. Boss called them in, that type of thing. Yeah, so that's it there. I'm just going to bounce back up. Where did Boss P go? We're going to close on Boss P here today, folks. So yeah, you can see this is what Rouvy Racing's all about. Huge turnout today. So many big names. I try to focus on everyone. I'm over at Inside Cycling World. This will be posted in Facebook shortly. Once I do my YouTube thing, and then it goes over on Facebook. I'll probably throw it on Strava as well. If you like what I'm doing, just give me a like, subscribe, comment, something. Maybe other people will notice here down the road. And I can make my channel grow even bigger and cover more Rouvy racing. I like doing the official stuff because we get a ton of big names out. Hitters, people just starting out. Like I can see some very, very low level racing here. Level people here. And actually, there was a guy, little side story. Here, we're going to bounce back up and see some of the other riders finishing. Skip back. So yeah, we got Delicatesse coming in for 133rd place. There was a guy, because I'm trying to shout him out. Positive his name was Phil.Dorney. And when he started our race, I saw him, and he went from... It might have been his first ride ever on Rouvy. Because when I saw him on the race, I'm like, he's a level 1. And you level up very quick at the lowest levels. You don't need a lot of XP. And during our short race, our Sunday short race, and these are short, they all take like 20 minutes. He went from level 1 to level 2. And we figured it takes about 15 minutes of riding to actually do that. So, was that his first ride ever on Rouvy? I would love to know. Phil, if you're listening, you the man, you did it. You came out and got into a pretty serious race for your first ride ever. That takes guts. So respect. I hope you see the video, and I hope you can comment on it, because I'd love to know the story. Like, did you just sign into Rouvy that morning? So yeah, this is Phil's story. I'm going to make a nice little story up here for Phil. Phil's, he's in pretty good shape, but he's not, he wants to get better. He wants to lose a few pounds. He's always watched cycling all his life. He's probably more of the Marco Pantani, Lance Armstrong era, Josipa Balaki, the Floyd Landises of the world. That's kind of my glory days of cycling, I believe. Got a smart trainer, got a bike, then wondered what platforms he's going to use. That morning, he signed up with Rouvy. And so then he opens up the app, and he's like, well, I don't know what to do. And then he just saw upcoming event. And there it was, the Team GRC logo, the official Team GRC logo. And he just clicked on it. He just took a chance. And he jumped head first into some crazy intense racing. Yeah, so that was really cool to see, because I know he started that race at level 1. It's in the video. I know I talked about it. So if anyone knows Phil, I'd love to know more about it. Anyway, folks, we're already over an hour here. You know, I like to make the world's longest videos, just so you got something to listen to when maybe you're bored to death or you need to fall asleep. I'm gonna finish up here on Tomboy 1000. Yeah, let's call it quits there. I will get this video up shortly. And thanks for supporting the channel. The more support, the more I can do. Thanks, everyone.